Alright, hello everybody. We're just getting set up here, waiting for a few more people to join, and we'll be getting going. Today we're going to be talking all about my adventures, what I've been doing, and also hearing from anyone else who wants to share their stories as well. Pretty exciting. Just trying to figure some stuff out here. This is my first live stream, so still getting stuff set up. Is anyone able to comment on this? I don't know if my everything's set up right here, so I'm just trying to make sure we're all good. Hopefully everyone had a good Christmas here and all that. Trying to make sure I can get everyone all set here. Working out the kinks. Sorry everyone, just trying to get comments set up and then making sure we're good. In the meantime, just enjoy this nice, relaxing music. Alright, so it's looking like our comments are disabled, and I'm not sure how to fix that. So in this case, I'm sorry that I can't see anyone or hear what you're saying or anything, but feel free to show me some love somewhere else in the meantime. I guess it's just going to be a little bit about me. So for me, I just set out on this journey a little bit ago. I'm from Maine originally, and I've been in, Maine for most of my life. I've worked vigorously for 10 years to try to figure out what I want and save up for what it is. And what it is traveling the country in a camper. And honestly, amazing. I'm loving it so far. And I'm hoping I can get this live stream up and better for next time, because at this point, I know some of you are probably realizing comments are disabled, so apologies there. But hopefully next time I can get my stuff together enough to figure that out. So yeah, traveled Maine most of my life. I've worked around the state a lot, but it was time for me to go, figure out. I wanted to get a camper. Rent was really high, and I decided that's what we're going to do. So set out on this adventure. I first traveled through all of New England, getting out to Niagara Falls, beautiful. I traveled going south towards the Colorado River. I was actually in California at the time and stayed right on the river. One thing you might see in my shorts and in my other videos is how big of a kayaker I am. I'd love to stream that at one point and get to that point, but Not yet, not yet. We're still figuring stuff out. Anyways, I made it all the way out to California. Started heading back towards Albuquerque when I was surprised by my aunt. She actually told me she was going to buy my plane tickets to come back to Maine to do Christmas there. So that was really cool. So that's where I am right now, in my parents' house, hanging out. My dad was nice enough to let me use his office, so you get to take in the backdrop here. Yeah, so I've kind of compiled a lot of clips from my travels today to kind of put all those together. Let's go through them a little bit, and after the fact, make this into a video so everyone can enjoy long term as well. So here we go. Let's see. So this right here, this is my camper. All packed up. This was me in Needles, California. This right here started my journey in Oklahoma for a while. And I loved Oklahoma for so many reasons, but it was just breathtaking to be there. I was out in the middle of nature, right on the Great Salt Plains Lake or something like that in Oklahoma. I was surrounded by pelicans and everything. This was a hike I had taken, and just seeing the sunset was just absolutely breathtaking. And I won't be pausing everything along the way, but just to make the points, the important ones, While I was there in Oklahoma, there was a full moon. That was gorgeous. Get to see a few clips from my time there, right on the lake there. I was kayaking, breathtaking views. The water was super murky, but it was okay. It was still beautiful. As you can see, the pelicans there. Oh my god, love that. Pretty cool. Yeah, I kind of quickly edited all these videos together. Here I was really just breathtaken by the different sediment in the rocks. You can kind of see the layers. That's something we don't have in Maine. So, this is right outside my front door in the camper. Just, here I am driving. I left Oklahoma, started heading towards Needles, California. Open fields forever. It just, I don't know, there's something special about that, and I just can't get over it. And even seeing it again now, I'm kind of just like, I don't know, just amazing. Just amazing. I can't tell you enough just how much I appreciate it. The beautiful open skies. It's so cool, and I recommend you all get out there too. I think Oklahoma is something that people don't always think of, but it's worth it. Here I am on a hike in, I believe this was New Mexico. I stopped in Santa Fe and went to Taos, New Mexico as well when I was there. Absolutely amazing, just the rock formations and everything. This was a meteor crater on the way to Needles as well. You can see this is the back view from, they've got like a little observatory type area. So cool. And I mean, the thing is, the photos and the videos just don't do it all justice. Just to pause up here is, come on. So right down here, this is like the foundation of a building with a small grill on it, and you really can't see how small it is, but like this right here, that's like a person right there. That's one person. So I'm just saying it's absolutely stunning. Beautiful, really marvelous. And I know, I promise I won't keep stopping all this. out here again, driving through the desert in Arizona. I mean, the video is wicked shaky. Yeah, sorry, that's my New England coming out. The video is super shaky, and I just can't. I was like, I gotta include this because it's just so beautiful, and the sand and everything. Here is Arizona. The lake we're looking at there is Lake Havasu, and it's a really cool area because all around the lake, I'm just gonna pause this here. All around the lake, there are mountain ranges surrounding like a full circle. So they call that region the Havasu Dome. And the reason they call it that is because the way that the mountain range is around it, it actually reflects the sun into it and makes it really hot. So I was there in the winter. Here in Maine, it's about 12 degrees, maybe 20 degrees right now. Out there, it was about 80-ish every day and didn't get below 65 even at night generally. So interesting to be, I've lived in Maine my whole life. It's been cold every winter. I've shoveled every winter. Amazing, I think it's fun personally, but I know a lot of people from New England don't agree with me on that. And I do get that. But to be in 80-degree weather pretty consistently was so cool. Like, I've never experienced a hot winter before. And yeah, like during the summer, apparently it gets up to like 120, 130. I'm like, how do people live here year round? But also, I haven't experienced it. So I wonder if the humidity is like very low. But I'm also, I don't know, because, there's a lake and precipitation and everything. Who knows? So just I don't know. If anyone knows, I'm going to try to get the comments working, but unfortunately on this one, they're not. If you do want to send me a suggestion for something I should do, or, something that this is missing, of course, first of all, I'm still working on this. I'm having some technical difficulties this time, but, and that'll fix in the future, hopefully, but, I don't know. You can email me. My email is on, it's on the page. You can look at my my channel page. Jeez, I can't think. So yeah, look on my channel page. It's clearskiesandOpenRoads@gmail.com. So feel free to send me an email suggestion. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know what you think of the channel, and we'll go from there. I'd love to hear from you all. Anyways, back to the video here. So yeah. This is, I was out on a hike on the far side of Lake Havasu. Obviously, it's very low this time of year. There's not a lot of snow melting off the lake. Now, this area was different. This was, where was this? This was the Alamo Lake State Park in Arizona as well. Beautiful views of that mountain there. And, oh, shoot. Sorry about that. Yeah, just all of this is Arizona right now. I mean, these cactuses were like 3 times the size of me, 2 times the size. It was just so cool. And I mean, this right here, okay, this always makes me think of a Windows screensaver. I've been, that was me traveling through Arizona. And if you look back here, I mean, what the heck? That's still Arizona right there. That's maybe an hour away from that last clip we were in. I love to drive, so it's very easy for me to do an 8-hour drive. Obviously, it still takes a big toll out, but it's things like this that, as you're driving, just make it all worth it. I mean, how many people can say they've seen that? Especially from New England. It's a New England thing to not travel outside of New England, which, personally, I think you're all missing out. So yeah, I didn't know that Arizona had this massive pine forest in the western side, kind of towards the middle. I think it was above Phoenix, a little bit north of Phoenix. I had a beautiful day for it. Further along the drive, I found just like little tidbits of snow. Just so cool. Then we cut to, a little train here. This is I'm kind of jumping around here, but this train was really interesting. We don't see a lot of trains in New England, but specifically because they're all behind the trees. Like this railroad track, this was on Route 40, formerly Route 66. And I mean, these tracks went on for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles. And we just kept going. So personally, I thought it was very cool to be traveling alongside trains the entire drive from Oklahoma to California, just about. Here I am right outside of Taos, New Mexico, and this right here was so cool. I think this is the Rio Grande Canyon, or not canyon, but part of that river. The whole way in was so. Yeah, hang on, let me pause this here. Oh, come on. All right, yeah, the whole way in to Taos was like, you're going alongside the river most of the way, and when you're not, you're going through desert, which, that was one of the first places I think I saw like what I consider some true desert. There's like that rocky, mesa desert terrain, I guess, and that's cool enough, but to also have like some sandy deserts, like truly sandy deserts, and not to say there weren't rocks. Obviously there were rocks, but just super cool. But this next clip I'm gonna show you, this one was really neat because what I'm getting to here was there was a ghost town in Arizona. I think it was Oatman, Arizona, and Oatman was cool because I learned a lot of the history from this area. So way back when, this town was like a mining town, as a lot of ghost towns are in Arizona, California area. This is like, to put me on the map. If you look where California and Arizona meet Nevada, that like little tip, I'm right in that area here. And this area was super cool because, first of all, that's the same area as that Lake Havasu. But it's also cool because of the vast desert and how many people are sand dune, riding sand dune or dune buggies. Oh gosh, yeah, dune buggies. I'm like, that's so cool. And in this clip, I'm going to be showing you Oatman, which is a ghost town. It's been kind of like commercialized and stuff, and I know a lot of people aren't really happy about that. But me as an outsider coming to a ghost town, I'm happy with whatever I get, You've already sold me on it with the name Ghost Town. So I went there, and the first thing I see, I didn't even get into the town yet. There were wild donkeys roaming around, and I do have a video on my shorts that I can, go check it out. So cool. Wild donkeys. And the history of this is that there was a fire way back when in the town, and this forced all the miners out. Nobody wanted to be in a town that had been completely destroyed by a fire. So, and I'm sorry for anyone if I'm kind of, going back and forth here too. I'm just going to be outright with that. My brain goes a little crazy sometimes, and, I just like going with it. I just like taking it where it goes. So, yeah, wild donkeys are roaming the town because there's a fire, and that forced all the miners out. But the miners aren't going to leave their donkeys gated up. They ended up releasing on their donkeys to roam the desert until they die, basically. And miraculously, the donkeys actually, their population, it stayed. Okay, so now wild donkeys roam this area and will come up to your car thinking you're gonna give them a treat and stuff. Like in the video I've got on my shorts, I'm literally I got two donkeys that are approaching me. I just pet them. I mean, they're just wild, but tame donkeys, domesticated, I guess is the word. I just thought that was so neat. And not to mention too, the rest of this town is cool too, because even though they've commercialized it, it's still very rustic. It's still very scenic. There's tons of people there, which in the middle of the desert, I don't think you find that much. So I thought that was really neat personally, and yeah, I'll show you a little bit about it now. They had a mine that you could go in and a clip with that. I think I included it in this, and I really hope so. And if not, I'll be showing you at some point. So here's Oatman. So you can kind of see. Oh, let me go back a little here. I don't want to skip over too much. So the next clip here is Oatman. So you can see me kind of driving through the town, see how many cars, how many people. I don't know if you can see any donkeys on the sides of the road. Yep, right up here. Let me go back here. I just want to make sure everyone can see this, because this is a really cool part. Right up here. So right there's people feeding and petting the donkey. And that's just the entire town right there. This is one of the mines that they had set up in there. You can see them all the way in, and it's pretty dark. This right here is a place in Taos. And let me give you a little detail about this place, because I find this place really cool. Is in Taos, actually, there's this, I think it might be on the way to Taos. I've got it all mixed, and I do apologize, but this is like a type of church they've got in Taos. And so I kind of, personally, I'm not religious, but it's something that I respect all religions and all cultures, and I find it really fascinating personally. So I went to this church because, shout out to my grandma, she told me that they have miracle dirt there. So I went in, I paid my respects. A lot of people will take their photos of their loved ones and people who need prayers, and post them all throughout the church there. And part of it too that I thought was really cool is when people are healed, a lot of times, though, if they attribute it to the dirt that you collect there, which they allow you to collect for free, assuming you're respectful and everything, you collect that dirt, and people believe it does miracles for them. And, if, in a lot of cases, there's crutches that people don't need, and they attribute that to the dirt, so they leave them in the church. I thought that was really, really cool. And in this slideshow, you're gonna see a few more instances of statues and cool scenic, really well crafted, well created stuff here. This right here, which you're gonna look at in a second, is just the side of a river right outside the church. Which for me, I thought it was really cool, because you've got the little posts from the church. One of them's got a face, a couple of them did, and you've got a river, and then you got this scenic mountain right behind you. So I thought that was so cool, and these are all things I want to share with you, and I really liked. Beautiful picture there. I try to take some really cool pictures as I go. This is the church and the statue with it. It was very symbolic. Here's the center of Taos. It's a big marketplace there. So cool, just so cool. This is when I was leaving Taos, and I just found this really cool canyon. I thought it was neat, so I just checked it out. And now we're kind of getting into the part of the video where I just compiled a bit of me walking, and having fun out here. It's just nature, to me, is the whole reason I'm going on this trip. Nature, adventure, things that I want to see things. And I don't want to have to, be, let's say, a certain age, have grandchildren, have children even. I'm not even at that point. And, have not done anything. That scares me personally. And I get it, I don't need to, but this is for me as much as it is for anyone else that, has the inkling to go traveling, to do something. Do it. I don't want to be, 70 years old having knee problems and try to go on a cross-country trip. That just doesn't sound quite as appealing as, having a less stability at this point in my life and keep it going. So, I really appreciate everyone that's supporting me through this and, has fun seeing my adventures. It's something, I really like doing this. It feels like I'm documenting my travels, and it feels like when I do hit that point where I'm 50, 60, 70 with knee problems and don't need to go out, I'll still have these stories and I'll have these videos to go to, but maybe they'll be holograms at that point. I really don't know. Just to have the record though is the point. I don't want to get to that point where I've got, memory problems too, God forbid. I think it's really important. It is for me at least. This area was cool. This place was, I believe, in Oklahoma, and if you see really close in the background, near that green, there's turkeys running around. I was just going through the woods, having my little afternoon hike, and a flock of turkeys. Really cool. I mean, it's not the first time seeing turkeys, obviously, but one of the things is, like, I don't know what animals are where in the country until I go there. I'm from Maine. We got polar bears. We got penguins. Not really, but you know what I'm saying. I don't know if there's going to be turkeys, as I approach the desert. I don't know if, I don't know if there's going to be foxes in the middle of the country. Or it's definitely not fish. Oh, yeah, there you go. I'm so glad I could zoom in on them. Not gonna lie, I'm re-seeing a lot of these for the first time myself as well, so we're kind of in it together as much as I did take these videos. So I don't know. This is a fun time for me. I like to talk, if you can't tell, and I hope next time, like I keep saying this, but I hope next time I can get the comments turned back on. I don't know why they're turned off, and I really don't know till I do my first one, so. I'm just having a good time. We're just talking. So I hope next time you can talk too. That's the only thing. So yeah, anyways, if you guys have any questions, if you have any suggestions, you can email me at clearskiesandopenroads@gmail.com. That's my email. That's where I'll be receiving anything for suggestions, anything like that. So, as always, let's get traveling. Join the caravan. I'll see you out there. And I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for coming in to the first T-Talk live stream. And at this point, I'm your host, Tommy. And I'll see you next time. Appreciate ya.